At VICA, we represent a group who employ people and who create jobs. So broadly, what can you do to help create jobs in California and help our businesses flourish?
Sure. Sunder, create jobs, help us succeed.
As a small business candidate, I'm intimately familiar with creating jobs. And especially from a small business perspective, employees mean everything. Because we know each of their names, we know each of their ambitions, we know their families, the first generations that they're sending to college. It matters a lot. Being in a small business is a different perspective from a large business. It's not 1,200 layoffs in a city far, far away from your ivory tower. It matters when you create jobs. Let's talk about California. If you want to start a business, and all of you sitting around the room, I think have done this at one time or another, or multiple businesses, the first thing you have to do is write a check to the state for $800. Before you make one widget, it's $800. And that just starts the process. Start hanging a shingle and you get through one permit after another before you put one product out on the shelf. And we talk about enterprise zones that Mr. Gatto mentioned. Here's what the conversation needs to change. We have people that have never had a business up in Sacramento. We have a new Assembly Speaker, John Perez, has Assembly Bill 1139. And here's how he sees enterprise zones. In order to be qualified for an enterprise zone, you have to have, and get the hiring credit, it mandates that you provide health care coverage and full-time employment to everybody in the enterprise zone. Residency requirements, it eliminates one of the primary ways that employees qualify for a hiring credit under the program. Basically, that they have to be in a residency in low-income, low-employment neighborhood, known as targeted employment areas. And then the tax credits will increase only if you meet some of these other criteria. Folks, this is before you build one widget. You hire and you start a company, you start writing checks to every entity known to man, and then start producing. You hopefully have a big bank account and a big credit line before you ever start. And many of you that have gone to the bank to try to get a credit line, you know you better be running. You better not need the money. Folks, job creation has to start with people that understand the language of creating jobs. I've done that through all the industries I've been involved with. I think one of our big fundamental problems is we have people up there that never created a job. They think they are, but you see, this is the kind of legislation we need to solve.